Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and click on all so you can be up to date with my channel. The second book of Chronicles, chapter 4, verses 1 to 22, and the second book of Chronicles, chapter 5, verses 1 to 14:1. Then he made an altar of bronze, 20 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 10 cubits high. 2. Also he made the molten sea of 10 cubits from rim to brim. It was round, 5 cubits high, and 30 cubits in circumference. 3. Under it was the likeness of oxen, which encircled it for 10 cubits, encircling the sea. The oxen were in 2 rows, cast when it was cast. 4. It stood on 12 oxen, 3 looking toward the north, 3 looking toward the west, 3 looking toward the south, and 3 looking toward the east. And the sea was set on them above, and all their hindquarters were inward. 5. It was a handbreadth thick. Its brim was made like the brim of a cup, like the flower of a lily. It received and held 3,000 baths. 6. He also made 10 basins, and put 5 on the right hand and 5 on the left, to wash in them. The things that belonged to the burnt offering were washed in them, but the sea was for the priests to wash in. 7. He made the 10 lampstands of gold, according to the ordinance concerning them. And he set them in the temple, 5 on the right hand and 5 on the left. 8. He made also 10 tables, and placed them in the temple, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left. He made 100 basins of gold. 9. Furthermore, he made the court of the priests, the great court, and doors for the court, and overlaid their doors with bronze. 10. He set the sea on the right side of the house eastward, toward the south. 11. Huram made the pots, the shovels, and the basins. So Huram finished doing the work that he did for King Solomon in God's house. 12. The 2 pillars, the bowls, the 2 capitals which were on the top of the pillars, the 2 networks to cover the 2 bowls of the capitals that were on the top of the pillars. 13. And the 400 pomegranates for the 2 networks, 2 rows of pomegranates for each network, to cover the 2 bowls of the capitals that were on the pillars. 14. He also made the bases, and he made the basins on the bases 15:1c, and the 12 oxen under it. 16. Huram-Abi also made the pots, the shovels, the forks, and all its vessels for King Solomon, for the Lord's house of bright bronze. 17. The king cast them in the plain of the Jordan, in the clay ground between Sukkot and Zereda. 18. Thus Solomon made all these vessels in great abundance, so that the weight of the bronze could not be determined. 19. Solomon made all the vessels that were in God's house, the golden altar, the tables with the showbread on them, 20 in the lampstands with their lamps, to burn according to the ordinance before the inner sanctuary of pure gold. 21 in the flowers, the lamps, and the tongs of gold that was purest gold. 22, and the snuffers, the basins, the spoons, and the fire pans of pure gold. As for the entry of the house, its inner doors for the most holy place, and the doors of the main hall of the temple were of gold. The second book of Chronicles, chapter 5, verses 1 to 14. 1. Thus all the work that Solomon did for the Lord's house was finished. Solomon brought in the things that David his father had dedicated, even the silver, the gold, and all the vessels, and put them in the treasuries of God's house. 2. Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel, and all the heads of the tribes, the princes of the fathers' households of the children of Israel, to Jerusalem, to bring up the ark of the Elohord's covenant out of David's city, which is Zion. 3. So all the men of Israel assembled themselves to the king at the feast, which was in the 7th month. 4. All the elders of Israel came. The Levites took up the ark. 5. They brought up the ark, the tent of meeting, and all the holy vessels that were in the tent. The Levitical priests brought these up. 6. King Solomon and all the congregation of Israel who were assembled to him were before the ark, sacrificing sheep and cattle that could not be counted or numbered for multitude. 7. The priests brought in the ark of the Lord's covenant to its place, into the inner sanctuary of the house, to the most holy place, even under the wings of the cherubim. 8. For the cherubim spread out their wings over the place of the ark, and the cherubim covered the ark and its poles above. 9. The poles were so long that the ends of the poles were seen from the ark in front of the inner sanctuary, but they were not seen outside, and it is there to this day. 10. There was nothing in the ark except the 2 tablets which Moses put there at Horeb, when the Lord made a covenant with the children of Israel when they came out of Egypt. 11. When the priests had come out of the holy place, for all the priests who were present had sanctified themselves and didn't keep their divisions. 12 also the Levites who were the singers, all of them, even Asaph, Heman, Jeduthun, and their sons and their brothers, arrayed in fine linen, with cymbals and stringed instruments and harps, stood at the east end of the altar, and with them 120 priests sounding with trumpets. 13. When the trumpeters and singers were as one, to make one sound to be heard in praising and thanking the Lord. And when they lifted up their voice with the trumpets and cymbals and instruments of music, and praised the Lord, saying, For he is good, for his loving kindness endures forever. Then the house was filled with a cloud, even the Lord's house. 14. So that the priests could not stand to minister by reason of the cloud, for the Lord's glory filled God's house. Thank you so much for joining me watching and learning about the second book of Chronicles, Chapter 4, verses 1 to 22, and the second book of Chronicles, Chapter 5, verses 1 to 14. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more great up and coming pet facts, Bible study, music, and bedtime stories. Good night and sweet dreams until next time.